everybody! So today I'm going to be reviewing a game that I didn't hear about when it came out, and so I don't know if any of you have ever played it or have heard of it, but it is a great game. I picked it up last weekend and started playing it on Monday, and I haven't really stopped playing it. I haven't finished it yet. I really want to though, because the story is incredible. It immerses you in this crazy world. So, without further ado, the game I'm going to be discussing today is Enslaved. Now, the way the game plays is a lot like Prince of Persia. It's kind of a combination between Prince of Persia and Ico, if you've ever played any of those. You have a companion, so your companion follows you around, but she's very helpful, and she distracts people for you, or she upgrades your equipment, so she's not completely useless, and she normally doesn't really get in the way of anything. The only thing is you can't let her die. Now the main character, I can't disclose his name because it's part of the storyline, but the main character is a man who grew up in what's called the Wilds. This game takes place 200 years into the future. So 200 years of like war and stuff, so there's not very many people left. Humans are pretty much gone, and so the main character grew up running around and trying just to survive, and that's sort of his story. He is the fighter and the person you play as the character. He has a staff and he whacks people with his staff. Actually, not really people, more like mechs. But he whacks them with his staff, he shoots them with energy beams, he rides this thing called a cloud, which is really fun. There's a lot of fun things involved in the game, and it's really interesting to play, and there's this great story that's going on and just traps you into playing, and I'm trapped into playing it. I have to finish this game. It's one of those ones you just can't not finish. Down parts is a little bit like Prince of Persia. When it comes to jumping and stuff, direction is a little off when you use the controls. I had some difficulty kind of getting him to go where I wanted him to go. He would occasionally go the wrong direction and get shot. Other than that, the companion really isn't that difficult to handle or control. She pretty much does what you need her to do. You can pick her up, which I think is really handy because I pick her up all the time and run around because I don't want to deal with waiting for her. Trying to think, other bad things is that it's pretty hard. That's not, I shouldn't say it's a bad flaw of the game, because it's not a flaw. It's great that it's really hard to do and to beat, because, you know, you don't really get that many games out there that are challenging. I really like that it's challenging. It sucks, because if you die, it reloads to the last save, and you don't get to choose when it saves at intervals. Just so that the story continues on a roll on this big path. Generally, it saves in between of like cutscenes and cinematics. It usually saves at those points or right before you go into fighting somebody that's new or something that you haven't fought before. And then if you die, you just revert back to right there and you just start over. But other than that, texturally, it's really beautiful. I love this game. It's so gorgeous, and it's such an interesting take on future cities and future life and how people might live if, you know, the world was destroyed and people didn't live in cities anymore. It's really interesting. They did a great job with that. Model design is gorgeous. There aren't too many models to make, so mostly everything is environment, which is the kind of art I do, which I found just gorgeous, and I was like, I want to do stuff like this. The two main characters models are very well done, and the mechs look very mech-like. They're very machine-y. They move very machine-y. Animation's really well done. I don't really know what else I can disclose without sort of starting to talk about the story, which I don't really want to do because I don't want to ruin it for you. I would say that this game is really good, and that everybody should pick it up and play it because they did a great job making this game. And I think a lot of people didn't realize that it had come out and they didn't play it, but you should play it. It's a great game. I recommend it to everyone who likes third-person fighting games. Other than that, I don't really know what else to talk about. Besides, it's very interesting, and I love this whole story, and I want to finish it really bad. I was going to do that today, but I got busy. Please leave a comment. Tell me how I did, how you did on the game, and if you got it. That would be great. Let me know what games you want me to review. I've been trying to pick up some games that people didn't really know about and haven't played. It's a hit or miss, getting a good one or a bad one. So I will be posting every Friday. I'm going to try and do a quick review every Friday, so it's constant and you guys know what's up. I will talk to you all later, next Friday.